Yeah, big weekend for us. You know, the fact that it's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, you know, makes it a little bit more interesting from a pitching scheduling standpoint. You know, our kids haven't played on a Thursday this year, and I know that's going to become more and more the way it is as college baseball, you know, enters the TV world and ESPNs and things of that nature. So, but I think our kids will enjoy it. You know, obviously being on ESPNU is great for our program. It's fun for our kids, and you know, we need to get a big crowd out there, which is a little bit more of a challenge on a Thursday night. But we're going to play a great Texas A&M club. They're very fundamentally sound. They have really good arms. I think in some ways they're similar to our club because they pitch and they play defense, and I think they're very capable offensively, and I think they're a pitch or two away from having 3 or 4 more wins in league play. So it'll be a real challenge for us, and really look forward to it. I think our kids do as well.
Starting now on Thursday night, how does that affect your rotation, obviously?
Yeah, we're probably going to just move everybody up one day. You know, Preston Brown, you know, we're going to wait and see how he's doing. He threw really well earlier in the week, and we feel like he might be available. We're going to wait and see if he's available for, you know, potentially Friday or Saturday, and we'll move Ross accordingly.
Are you liking what you see out of Preston and his bullpens this week? He says he's been very good.
Yeah, the ball came out of his hands really good on Monday, and he's progressing nicely. And there's no question you know, the way that guy pitched early in our conference season, you know, we're a better club, you know, having him.
I think Ross has thrown something like 260 pitches in his last 2 weekends, and some guys that might worry, but not really with Ross.
Yeah, and I think the other thing too is we had a lead at Missouri, and he's just pitching comfortably, you know, and he's just getting early contact, and you know, and he really did a great job on a day when we had to have him go deep into the game.
Trevor didn't get a real long start at Missouri, so he should be unscheduled.
We feel like you know, Trevor should be pretty well rested for this opportunity, and we know that he's a guy who can handle the spotlight. You know, he's had starts in Omaha, so hopefully he can go out there and give us a really good start on Thursday night.
How important was it for Wes to get back in the lineup last night and really have the game that he needed to kind of push forward out of that slump?
I think it's important. You know, I think, you know, things can get in your head a little bit, you know, when things aren't going your way. But you know, the thing that's impressive about Wes is even though he didn't play on Saturday or Sunday, he's such a great teammate. He again is like, I've said this many times, like having a coach on the field, and he contributes in so many other ways. So just because he's not playing does not mean he's not a major part of our club. But I think for him to take a couple of deep breaths and do some really good drill work on his own, I think that really helped him. And you know, I've said this many times, he will be a factor for sure. You know, in this stretch run of the SEC, I mean, he will be a factor for our ball club. There's no doubt.
I know you've been searching for that second lefty that you can use with Jacob. Did the 2 guys you pitched in Pearl present that possibility for you after how they reacted?
Yeah, I think it was impressive the way Lucas went out there and played in Vance, the way he pitched. You know, what's funny is when you watch the game from the side in a dugout, it's completely different when you watch the film the next day from behind home plate. And you know, some of the misses that I thought were big misses weren't as big as I thought. I love the way he pitched inside, both those guys, but especially Lucas. Yeah, I'm going to give all the credit to Butch. You know, Lucas came into our program and really struggled in the fall. You know, he found a lot of barrels and had problems getting outs. And he has believed in Lucas and just kept saying, this guy's getting better and better and better and better. And he was excited about throwing him out there yesterday. So, you know, I think, you know, all the credit goes to Butch there and how hard Laster's been working.
Did you feel like you got basically what you wanted last night? You didn't have to burn your bullpen. You got the offense going. And like you said, Lucas got to work and Vance as well. You feel like you got pretty much what you wanted, a big RPI win too?
Yeah, you know, there isn't a perfect game. You're always in search of the perfect game. If I could erase 3 things, it would, you know, we would have blocked up the ball first, you know, that was hit at Wes. Although he made 2 outstanding defensive plays after that. You know, we had 2 situational at-bats that I wasn't pleased with out of the 30 plus at-bats that we had in the ballgame. And I wouldn't, when we hit the 3 guys in a row, obviously that was not planned, even though we're trying to go in. If we could erase that, it would have been close to a perfect game for us, but you're never going to have the perfect game. But I did feel like a ton of really positive things happened in that ball game. And when you're putting the ball in the hand of somebody who's pitching in front of 8,500 people for the first time in his life as a starter, I think the way Lucas dealt with that was pretty spectacular. So I think he can grow, and again, I use this word all the time. I think that can catapult him into future outings for sure.
On Saturday, still kind of wait and see how things go Thursday and Friday before it starts?
Yeah, we want to make sure if Preston's available, we want to talk about that and have availability for that. Does Ben pitch in the first 2 games? Because if he doesn't, he could be a factor for that. And after watching the film closely, the way Brandon pitched, Brandon was 1 or 2 pitches away from just pitching phenomenal, last Sunday. So I do think we have some options, but certainly Preston's somebody that gives us a little bit of a shot in the arm with the way he's pitched early in the year.
Besides the guys who've been consistent, like the Purtles and Bradfords lately offensively, it seems like Missouri last night, more guys are coming up, maybe not great averages, but getting the hit, and they're handling the pressure in the situation they're producing now.
Yeah, I would agree with that, especially Matthew Britton. Matthew Britton's a guy who's a spectacular defender, and now he's worked so hard on his swing, and it's more aggressive, and he's getting the barrel in place. That's exciting for him. Cody Brown has done some really good things. Offensively, he's come around for us. And you can't say enough about Collins. I mean, his stroke just keeps getting better and better. He keeps getting better and better behind the plate. Really, threw out 2 guys yesterday. We dropped the second one. The guy was going to be out by a bunch. But, that is something we had not done a great job with earlier in the year, and we've kind of evolved into a much better team and control the running game. So I think a ton of positive things have happened, really, in our last 5 ball games.
When you sit Wes, I mean, what are you hoping to accomplish by that give him kind of 2 days off?
Well, Wes is somebody who plays hard, so he gets beaten up physically. So just giving him some time off, I think, physically helps him, but I think mentally also. When you played as many games as Wes has in the last 2 years, I think that helps him a little bit also. It gives him a different vantage point in which to analyze the game a little bit. I know he wants to play. Everybody wants to play. But I think it helped him. I think it slowed things down for him. And again, I think every once in a while it's good. You get into professional baseball, and that happens a lot. A guy sits for a day or 2 just to get his feet back underneath him, and sometimes there's really positive results from that.
Was it kind of a different conversation? Maybe you pulled him aside because, like you said, he's played the last 2 years every single day, where it's not just filling up a lineup and see who's playing or whatnot.
Yeah, I think Wes just gets it. Wes thinks like a coach. He thinks more like a coach in some respects than he does as a player. So. He gets it. He understands it. The first thing he does, he sees he's not in the lineup. What does he do? He goes up to Dets and says, "Hey, use this glove. We tell you about the lip here, or how the dirt's playing here." And he's just a team guy. He wants to win. That's priority number 1 for him.
Can Reed Humphreys help you down the stretch? It seemed like he's making decent swings,
Yeah.
especially in the last couple of games.
Yeah, Reed continues to get better and better and better. He's going to be a great hitter at the college level and at the professional. He's going to be a really good player.
Just the point in which freshmen kind of figure it out and almost become pseudo-sophomores.
Yeah, that's what you'd like to happen, and you feel like it can happen for him. Yesterday, it's so hard for a freshman to go back home and play in front of 8,500 people. I thought he took some good swings early. He took some really good swings on Sunday at Missouri. So, yeah, I can see some things starting to happen with him. And I think he's got a very high ceiling as a hitter.
Cool.